This is another sort of kitchen cooking video, although there's not actually going to be any cooking. I'm going to be making shrub. Shrub is a, how to describe it? It's a fermented fruit drink. It's almost like dilute juice. It's quite nice. I learned about shrub through watching YouTubers Doug and Stacey, which I watched with my mum. They're like homesteaders, really cool. Love watching them. And when I watched it, I was like, I want to try this. Really want to try this. So, and I've tried other like fermented drinks. I'm not that keen on kombucha. I think that's what it's called. But I am quite keen on a cola that I used to get from B&M, which was a fermented cola, and you could taste that it was kind of slightly vinegary, but it was really nice, and it was delicious. So basically this drink requires fruit, which I've already pre-weighed out. In here we have blueberries and blackberries, and in this one we have strawberries and blackberries. I'm doing 2 blackberry mixes, and in this empty jar I'm going to be putting the juice of possibly 2 lemons and a whole orange. Depends on how high it gets as to whether or not I put both lemons in, but I wanted to fair on the side of playing safe and having 2, so just pop them there. For this recipe you will also need honey, very nice, and apple cider vinegar. You are supposed to use the apple cider vinegar that has the mother. I think it helps with the fermentation process. So yeah, I'm going to start by doing the citrus one first. So, do I start with the lemons? Do I start with the orange? I'll go with the lemon first. So, open up the jar. Whenever you wanting to juice a fruit, always roll it like this. So that wakens up the flavour. There we go. There we go. I think that's nice and woken up and juicy. Right. I'm just gonna try and pick out the seeds that I can physically see, because we don't really want seeds in that. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you get seeds in it, just because obviously after a few days, I can see you. You're not coming in. After a few days, you do actually strain the ingredients, so there's no like bits or seeds or anything in it. So it's just a clear liquid. So I promise I will film that video and also do a taste test for you for that. So stay tuned. So now that I've chopped my lemons, I'm dreading to think how many seeds are actually going to go in this. Just give it a squeeze. Now, obviously you can use like a lemon squeezer, or like one of those turny juicy things. Now, my mum's got like a really cool, like industrial grade one where you chop your lemon in half, put it on, and then you pull this lever, and it all just drips into this cup, and you've got lemon juice. But obviously, I'm not working in my kitchen at the moment, so mainly because my kitchen is way too small. Like literally, there's nowhere to stand any form of filming equipment in there. I'm also, when you squeeze it, little bits of like the little juicy sac bits, I'm not quite sure what they're called. I don't know the anatomy of a lemon. Ooh, I guess that cupboard wasn't entirely closed. Stick out a bit, so what I tend to do is I'll just sort of scrape them along the side of the jar to get the juice out. I think we got most of the juice out of that. Also, don't throw these away. You can always still zest it. You could even steep it in some hot water and make like a lemon tea, because there's still enough juice left in this. I mean, I'm strong, I'm not that strong. But so yeah, you can always reuse it. Also, you can use it for cleaning. You can put little slits in the side and fan it out a bit, dip it in some salt and rub it on, and like rub it on your work surface, on your pans, and it should bring them up nice and shiny. So, little tip. So next lemon. Oh, please don't squirt me. I don't want to go blind. Oh, I'm getting my workout in here. There we go. Alright, Chloe and Hulk. And then just scrape the little side bits. This side's exceptionally juicy, actually. Okay, there we go. I don't think we're gonna get much more juice out of that. So, just put these seeds to one side, just because I'm kind of a waste not want not person. I will see if I can germinate the seeds and grow a lemon tree. I won't lie though, there are so many seeds in here. I'm gonna scoop a few out. Where'd I put the seed on? So bear with for 1 second. No, a bit more than a second, but you know. There we go. Yeah, I've got all the big ones out. So I'm gonna see if I can zest with this bit. I just don't want to. Actually, you know what? Play it safe. I don't want to grate my fingers off. I have once done that before as a child. Not obviously literally grated my fingers off, but I grated the skin off my knuckle. It hurt. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of the lemon zest. I'm hoping to God this works, because I don't actually know if my brother and his girlfriend have a lemon zester. I imagine they probably do, I just don't know. But if I'm not mistaken, this is the lemon zesty, the zesting, like, gratey side. So is anything happening? It doesn't look to be happening. Well, we'll see what I'm doing if I've actually got anything. Oh, there we go. Obviously, you don't want the pith, the yellowy, yellow, Chloe, the white stuff. You want the yellow, you don't want the white stuff. You want the yellow stuff. Oh, why? Always when you can't itch it, you've always gotta. Oh yeah, I got some lemon zest. It's just all stuck inside. Scraping it off. Oh. So we've got a little bit of lemon zest. I'm going to put that in. To be fair, oh, I dropped some. Don't worry, my worktops are clean. I cleaned them all before I started. To be fair, you don't want too much lemon zest in, because it'll make it quite bitter, but I want a little bit to add a little kick of flavour. So obviously it's going to work a little differently, but still need to. Whoa! How dare you? Roll this. Oh wow! All the lemon oil is coming out. And it's making the chopping board slippy. Right. There we go. So, chop open the next lemon. And then I need to pop that out. Oh yeah, if my voice randomly changes, I do that. I'm odd. I do little voices. Yeah. with that one? No, I don't think it's okay. This is where I'm going to be fishing out buttloads more lemon seeds. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a lemon orchard. I've got so many seeds. Granted, not all seeds germinate, so. He-Man. I need He-Man strength. Or She-Ra, either one. Oh, you did not. You did. I don't know what the kitchen towel was either. Oh, that's that. Belly. Should actually have brought. Actually, I'll bring it over just in case I need it for more villages. Luckily, the front of my top is like clean. It says, I need space. I'm a sociable person, really, I swear. Oh. Come on. Part with your juices. There we go. Put that there. Do the next bit. Oh god, this one's quite hard to squeeze, but still, like, incredibly juicy. I'm gonna get squirted again. No, I am. Flipping neck. Turn it the other way. This way. Oh god. Yeah, there were many hidden seeds in this one. Fun times. So, that's that. Just, oh, no, not as many as I thought. We'll light those up there for you. Come to me seed. One. And I definitely saw a second one, so. I mean, you can leave them in, like I said, and just strain them out later, but I don't know. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I say that, but half of the time when something goes wrong, I just wing it, so. I'm a flexible perfectionist. Right, I wonder if this side would work better. This is where I get loads of pith. Oh, actually, no. Oh, I should have gone with that side. I know now for next time. Getting like loads of orange zest. To be fair, I like orange zest better than lemon zest, to be honest. Oh. Look at me go. Not even having to put too much elbow grease into this either. Yay. Oh, that was close. Just almost grated my thumb into this. Bit awkward. Shrub de Chloe. Doesn't sound appetizing. Right. Oh yeah, that's a good amount of zest. Get it all. Oh yeah, look at that. Just put that there for now. I'll wash it up after we are done. Oh, and when I tapped it, a little bit more of the lemon zest came off. Sweet. So, as you can see, got a nice sizable mound of orange zest. Get that in there. Why did I get the Moulin Rouge tune in my head? Oh well. Right, so I'm just gonna give this a little shake just to get the bit of zest that's stuck and to fully incorporate the zest in there. And then, there we go. Now, no nose. Do not itch. Great, now my wrist's itching, I swear. What's going on? Right. With the orange, because it's so large, I'm thinking I'm going to chop it into quarters and squeeze it. I might do better that way, actually. Alright, well, if I can cut through it. So, oh yeah, that's working a lot better. Yeah, my hands are so sticky. try and cut some of the orange into it. Yet again, with the orange, do not throw away. It is very useful. So, for example, I have an example. So, for example, let's say you make this and then decide you're going to have a nice pamper. Orange is really good for the skin, so it's got plenty of vitamin C, and if you have like loose skin or, like me, stretch marks, sorry to be TMI, but it's kind of obvious I probably have them, you can actually rub this on your skin and it does help. It helps mine a lot. Likewise also with the lemons, you can rub the lemons on your skin and it will help fade your stretch marks. It won't get rid of them because, well, that would be a miracle, but it does definitely fade them. So if you've got like darker ones, or even if you've just got like dark scarring anywhere, lemon juice is really good, and lemon oil for like fading those marks. So bear that in mind. But yeah, orange pulp is very good for tightening the skin, and not just because it's sticky. Oh, there we go. Oh god, no, not that way, not that way. Oh. No! Apparently I got rid of a little bit too much of the skin there. Now with this one, I'm going to see if I can I still peel it? Will it peel? I think it will. Ugh, what lie? So messy. Okay, there we go. We're getting there, right? Right. So I'm just gonna get rid of some of this pith if I can. Just don't want, because it can make it quite bitter. I just want your juicy little segment bits. There you go. Oh gosh, that one caught side of my face there. There we go. I'm just trying to rip out the little teeny tiny little juice sacs that are inside the segments. Bits. That's what they're called. When you get orange juice, you got smooth or bits. I'm partial to smooth, but every so often I can change my mind. My mum likes it with bits in it. Granted, when I was a kid, I was militant. Had to be smooth, just like it had to be white bread. Oh. However, now I don't actually eat white bread anymore. I only eat brown. So, and now white bread just tastes nice. Yeah, if you could have talked to a 5-year-old me, well, that'd have been a different story. I was a very militant child. Didn't know how my mother coped. But she did. And I think she did a pretty good job. Never had a criminal record. I'm a good girl. Okay. 1 second. I do actually have a piece of lemon left over from I think it's from when I made some tea earlier. Put the personalised lemon in it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try, emphasis on the try, and also, oh, that orange did not have any seeds, or they just didn't come out, which, yay. I'm going to try and carefully, oh, this is where I chopped my finger off, remove, yes, Skittles, and pop in some of the Pulp. Oh my god. Come on, you know you want to. Thank you. Ow. I just stabbed myself with my nail. Right. If you're gonna try this, be very careful. Cut, like, slowly. Don't just go, because you could potentially slip and cut yourself, and we don't want that. Nobody wants that. I once tried to do some woodworking during lockdown. Bought myself a whittling kit, and yeah, it didn't end well. My mother warned me when I started. She was like, "Don't cut yourself. We're in lockdown. You might not be able to get you to a hospital." Luckily, I didn't have to go to hospital. That's very wet now. However, literally about 15 minutes after she'd said that, she dozed off on the sofa. I was there whittling my stick, feeling pretty proud of myself. And then the knife caught on one of the little bumps on the stick and sliced my hand. And you might actually, maybe, if I tilt my hand, you can just see the scar there. Yeah. Naturally, I freaked and demanded my mother call my big brother. And my mum pointed out, was like, I don't know if I can. So, luckily it didn't bleed or anything much, so she just popped a gauze on it and wrapped a bandage around. It was fine. I wasn't happy, but it's fine. Mix that up. Just my board of like, may have to buy my brother and his girlfriend some new kitchen roll, unless they have some more stored somewhere. I'll have to ask. I'm a mathing phone, rubbish. There we go. Ew. Yeah. Sticky hands. Right, I'm just going to get rid of this mess and I will be right back with you. Hi guys, back with you. Just cleaned up my station a little bit. So back to the juice. So let me just measure this, because you've got to do 1 part juice, fruit, 1 part honey, and I think 1 part vinegar, if memory serves. This is where I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm pretty certain. So that's that. So see, I don't want it too sweet because I'm trying to cut back on the sugar. So I might actually only put it up to there and then do the rest with vinegar. So get my honey, like so. Honey. Sorry, I like honey. It smells good. So then we're gonna pour it in, and I'm getting the pourable honey rather than the set honey. Okay, right, that's enough. Yeah, and now I can put the vinegar in. So shake up your vinegar, get the mother incorporated, and then you are going to top it up just to the rim. Obviously not over the rim. There we go. Ooh, strong. So once you've done that, just screw your lid on good and tight. Oh, that wasn't good. There we go. And then you Do little cyclone movements. Right. Oh no. Go and get that spoon in there just to make sure all the honey's dissolved. Smells powerful. There we go. And now one last thing that I'm going to add in this little bowl. I'm going to get out 2 of the 4 chunks of ginger. This big. Roughly, say the size of like the top of your thumb. And then I'm just going to finely chop it. So, because I'm hoping that this will get quite nice and strong. And obviously honey, ginger, lemon, orange, they're very good for like sore throats and stuff like that. And what with the fact that I am an actress, plays and such. Haven't been in any films yet, but I'm working on it. But I mainly do plays, and the thing about, and I do outdoor plays like that, I do outdoor theatre. If you live locally to Saltaire, I work with Saltaire Shakespeare in the Park. Had a lot of fun over the years with them, still working with them, doing Comedy of Errors in, well, this year, 2022, I keep forgetting that we've gained a year. So, really looking forward to that, and if you fancy it, come and give it a watch. But yeah, sometimes, because I have to project a lot because it's outdoors and you've got to travel quite far afield, like to get to people at the back. Also got to work over like the noise of traffic, kids running through the park, you know, people being noisy, the cricketers down at the bottom, making loud noises every time. I'm assuming they get a goal, wicket. I'm not very good with sports. Don't mind playing them, I'm just not good with the terminology if I'm honest. But yeah, sometimes it can be a bit straining on my throat. So I'm hoping this one will sort of act like a sort of throat remedy. I said sort of a lot. So we'll see when it comes to the taste testing. I'm thinking of leaving mine about, probably check on it after 3 days, 3-4 days, and give it a little dip taste, see how it is. But I'm thinking about maybe leaving it a week or 2. So, there we go, it's nice and tight. My hands are so sticky, lemons are so sticky. Oranges too, actually probably more the oranges. So, I'm just gonna wash my hands, bear with. Okay, there we go. Hands no longer as sticky. Still a little bit, but not too bad. So that's the first one done. Orange, lemon, and ginger shrub. That's the first one done. I'd just like to point out as well, I'm using honey jars. So this was a set honey jar of my mum's, and these 2 were the honey jar for this honey. I poured it into this one so that I could use these little jars. I'm only doing small ones. You can use jars like this big, or like the really big mason jars are probably better. I do not presently have any of them, but I'm going to buy some. There's also a special kit you can get that helps you sort of seal it off a bit, but I'm not quite sure where you buy it. I imagine Amazon probably has it, so I'll check Amazon. But yeah, I poured the honey in here so that I could use these jars, because I only want to make small amounts for my first try. That way, if it goes wrong, less to waste. As I said, I'd like to minimize waste as much as possible. Waste not, want not. Right, I need a fork for this next bit. So I did this to basically measure out the ingredients. I filled the whole jar because I figured once they're squished and juiced, they hopefully won't take up as much space, because I mean blackberries arguably are pretty much 90% juice. I think most fruit is like 90% juice, but yeah, so there we go, cut them out. So for this one, now you can use like the end of a rolling pin and give it a good bashing in the jar. However, I don't want to stain my brother's girlfriend's rolling pin, that's the word. So, but you can actually also get a special tool for mashing fruit and stuff. She does have a pestle, but again, don't want to stain it. So I'm just gonna mash them up in a bowl. Although actually, what might be better than a fork that won't stain because it's plastic and black? Potato masher. Oh yeah, that's so much better. There we go. The fruits be mashed. Well, not entirely. There's a few berries. Putting up a struggle. Oh gosh, it smells really nice. Fruity. Oh yeah, it's already like decreased in size. Just put you there. I'm gonna spoon this because, knowing my luck, it will spill everywhere. So I'm just gonna spoon it in there. See what I mean? I've almost put it all in and it's barely taking up any of the jar, you know. Da, da, da. I don't know why I whispered that. It's a secret, I guess. I amuse myself. So, there we go. Put that to the side until I need it again. So there we go. It's roughly the same height the lemon and orange juice got to. So I'm now going to pour in the honey. Like so. Just because I don't want to get my hands sticky again. Just give it another shake just in case the mother's settled any. And then I'm going to pour it in. Just make sure it gets to the rim. There we go. And just so that you can see what I mean. Yeah, bring it over to the camera. It's not going beyond that little ridge there, this little neck here. Giving it some space. So I'm going to use my spoon because obviously this isn't as juicy. I mean, it's still juicy, but it's not as runny, should I say, as the orange juice, because obviously there is a lot of pulp to this one. You cheeky little sausage. Get squished in there. I don't know, the two of you. And I thought I'd pushed you all so well. You're flying to the top now, aren't you? There we go. I think that's all of them. So, get out of my face. That one's not quite too squished. Well, that one's not squished at all, I see. How dare you. I mean, to be fair, I imagine sitting in the vinegar will actually, like, weaken the skin and eventually they'll just sort of crush, but... And to be honest, when I put it through a sieve, I'll run the spoon over the top to make sure I get it all. So I think that's get off. Good and incorporated. Now the last bit. I'm adding ginger to this one as well because ginger's really nice. I mean, it tastes good. It's good for colds and stuff. And blackberries are good for colds, and blueberries are like a super fruit. So It'll all be good. How dare you. There we go. Yeah, when something doesn't work, I always tell it, how dare you. Also, to wind my mum up, if she ever says she's going to the bathroom, I go, how dare you. She just looks at me. And then I remind her, she created me. It's all her fault. So, there we go. Nice thin slices there. And again, push it down, incorporate it in, give it a good stir. It's got a little bit of juice on my hand, it already tastes quite nice. So hopefully time will only make it better. So there we go. Now I'll give it a good. So one of the reasons why you leave a little gap is so that you can really slosh it about. Because you have to, I think it's once or twice a day, or whenever you feel, to be honest. You've got to give them a good shaking. Make sure that everything's incorporated. Just going to go wash my bowl so that I don't contaminate it with the other fruit. Okay, bowl is washed and dried. So next one is sealed tighter than I expected. There we go. Is blackberries and strawberries. Now, for the strawberries, I used 3 large strawberries. And for the blackberries and blueberries in both, just a handful, just to fill the jar, even half-half. Yeah, to get half-half in this little jar, I used 3 large strawberries. So again, I'm gonna mash it up. Ooh. Also, I like to point out I did wash this while I washed the bowl. So, yeah. Oh, strawberries are a little hard to mash. Granted, apparently not as hard as blueberries. Should have probably chopped them up first. Ooh, smells like jam. Nom nom. Oh god, this smells even nicer. Okay, where's the jar? It's right in front of me. So again, I'm going to spoon it in to avoid any spillage. There we go. Oh, this is arguably a little bit higher, but strawberries are really sweet and so are blackberries, whereas blueberries have a little bit of a bitterness to them. So I don't actually mind that this is higher and there's going to be a little less honey in it, because it's already going to be quite sweet because of the blackberries and the strawberries. Again, pour it in. Just going to make a very thin top layer. Obviously, I still want a decent amount of vinegar. And hopefully, as the fruits ferment and stuff, you shouldn't taste the vinegar as much. I mean, I say that. Then again, it's meant to be diluted, so once you dilute it with water, soda water, lemonade. I want to try it with lemonade just because I like it. And I like to use like lemonade and dilute a lot, so. But also, you know, soda water would be just as good. I'm quite partial to fizzy drinks. it's a sensation thing. I quite like the sensation of the bubbles. Don't know why. It's just one of those little things. I don't particularly like still drinks, which everyone tells me I should drink because they're better for me. But because obviously gassy drinks bloat you, and I know it's not good, but arguably I just really like the sensation of fizzy drinks. Stimulus thing. Give it a stir. Okay, there we go. Now for this one, obviously, because I've added ginger with the other ones, I figured I'd go with some mint. Now, I chopped these up, but I don't feel like they're fine enough, so I'm going to see about chopping them up a little finer. Obviously, try not to chop my fingers off. No, this is really what I could do with this one. Scissors. The kitchen scissors. What I'll do is I'll just rip it up with my fingers as best I can. Because anyway, it doesn't really matter if it's like finely chopped, because obviously it's going to be strained, which is fine. I'm gonna just press it down, envelop it in like so. I just realised I've got way more mint prepared than I possibly need, but we'll add a little more. Obviously, don't want it too high because it's getting a little higher than I'd like it to be, but I think that should be enough. So, I'll put the lid on. Oh. There we go, deal with that. Ah, no, it still shakes pretty well, that's fine. Incorporated, nice and good. So, whatever. So now they're done. So we've got strawberry and mint, blackberry, blueberry, and blackberry, strawberry, and mint, blackberry, blueberry, and ginger, and orange, lemon, and ginger. So now I'm going to leave these, as I said, for a couple. I'm going to check them after 4 days, see how they are, how they're doing. But then I may leave them a little longer before I do the official taste test, possibly a week or two. Probably a week. I'll leave them another week after it's been about 3-4 days. So looking around 11 to 10 days. So something like that. All in all, it will probably be about 2 weeks from today, roughly, that I do the taste test, and I will video that for you. I will not be here. I will be at my own home, so I'll probably be doing it in my bedroom. So, but yeah. So over time they should get stronger, the tastes should infuse with each other, and it should become quite nice. And then once it's done, I literally put it over a bowl or a jug. Jug is probably better. Put it over a jug and like put a sieve over a jug, be specific. Put a sieve over a jug and then just pour it out slowly, all the pulp and stuff out, and then just get a spoon and just rub it over the top to make sure you get all the juice out. And then in terms of the leftover, I'll probably stick it in my compost, just because I imagine it'll make the compost nice and rich and full of nutrients, because there'll still be nutrients left over in the pulp. I don't know whether you could eat it. I don't know, it's up to you. Spread it on a bit of toast. Don't do that. I don't know whether you can. But, I mean, if you want to risk it, it's your life. But yeah, I'll probably be putting mine in the compost bin, so that I can make some decent compost for planting. Not that it's anywhere near ready yet, but yeah. So, not that I'm that good with plants. Cacti and succulents, only thing I can keep alive. So, terrible. So yeah, just put them somewhere you can see, probably in your kitchen. I don't advise leaving them in direct sunlight, but somewhere sort of warm and dark might be better. I don't know, in terms of sunlight, if I'm honest. Normally it does stay on like pickled and fermented things, don't put them in sunlight, so probably best to avoid sunlight. But yeah, I will be putting them probably in my cup. Mum's cool with that. So yeah. Once that's done, I will take them out, strain them, and taste them for you. Also, note to take into consideration, if you want to stop the fermentation process so they don't get any stronger or anything like that, you can put them in the fridge. I say stop, it just more slows it than stops it, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's what you do to slow it down fermenting, and it lacks the strength then. So yeah, I will be testing these, as I said, in about 2 weeks, and hopefully they will be delicious. We will see. You'll be able to tell by my face. I'm very expressive, so. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. I will have all the links to my social media down below. And yeah, oh, also, if you want to be notified about any new videos to my channel, please hit the little bell. Thank you. Bye guys.
Hi guys, thank you for watching this video. It's been part of my I Try series where I try new things I've never done and hopefully succeed in creating some wonderful things. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. If you would like to support my videos, I have a PayPal tip jar linked below. Please donate as you feel, and as I become more confident and able to offer giveaways, special content, etc., I intend to create a Patreon so I can hopefully keep my vids ad-free. Love you guys. Bye!